Next up on the show, we have Becky Choi, who is a postpartum corrective exercise specialist. Becky created her company Tummy Warrior, which helps hundreds of women look and feel confident again after giving birth. Becky, thank you so much for being on the show today. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thanks for being here. You know, today's a really special day because I'm actually celebrating my 100th episode.
Oh my goodness, congratulations. That's so amazing. Wow. I'm so humbled to be on the show on your 100th episode. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I mean, this one's a big one for me. Over the past 2 years, we filmed many episodes, but this is my 100th. So this one is extra special. And it's really nice to have an inspirational story like yours, to be featured on the show for my 100th. But we're going to get into your story in just a little bit. Let's talk about your personal journey with Tummy Warrior. I know that you had a personal journey with diastasis recti. So let's talk about that. What is it? And tell us about your own personal experience with it.
Absolutely. I love to tell you about my story. So, I was one of those typical skinny Asian girl. Weight was never my issue. I could eat whatever I wanted. I never had to go to the gym and exercise, and I would still be like, I was skinny fat, but I wouldn't consider myself fat. But that all changed after my first baby in 2016. I gained probably about 30 to 40 pounds during pregnancy. And then even after a few months postpartum, I was still about 30 pounds overweight. But I would do it in a heartbeat again for my baby. If I were to gain over that much weight, I would do it again. But when you walk by the mirror and you saw yourself, you just don't recognize that person in front of the mirror, and you're like, oh, who is that person, right? Inside the mirror. And then I saw my clothes collecting dust in the closet. It was really upsetting for me. And then what's more, when I went to a friend's birthday party, and she just had her baby probably a few weeks just before me, and she looked amazing. I'm like, how did that happen? Like, why does she look so amazing and I still look like that? So I'm like, as tired as I was, I didn't care. I'm like, I had to do something. I had to do something about myself. I wanted to show up better, show up more energy for my kids and family. So then I started doing workouts at home. I started doing all these kind of cardio exercises, HIIT workout, crunches, you name it, everything. So I lost some weight. I lost about 20 pounds. And then all of a sudden, I kind of see myself, why does my stomach still look a little weird? It would dome and cone, like it would make this weird shape that I didn't understand. And then so I went around the circle, went to like a chiropractor, a hernia specialist, and then finally went to my doctor. And then she's like, oh yes, you have a condition called the diastasis recti. And so I'm like, what is this? Like this, that was the first time I heard of this term called the diastasis recti. And so basically it's an abdominal separation after having a baby. So then I was like, okay, maybe I should do something about it now. But shortly after that, I was blessed with my second baby in 2018. And then they're like, you know what? You can't really do anything about it during pregnancy. So I didn't really do much until after I gave birth to her. And then that's when I started really intensively researching and learning more about this topic and postnatal conditions and everything else. So here I am, where I'm helping moms getting back in shape, getting strong, and feeling very comfortable in their self.
Absolutely. And for our viewers that don't know, or what are some signs of diastasis recti? Because I'm sure some people maybe just think it's a weight gain, but they don't know that it could be a medical issue, right? So what are some signs that people can look for?
Yeah, so it's actually really common, but we don't talk about it enough with our OB or midwives. I feel most of the time they look at the baby, is the heartbeat right? Like, is everything okay with the baby? But they don't talk about enough with the women, with the mom. But what it is essentially is when you're pregnant, your muscles has to grow, has to stretch to accommodate your growing baby. And then so to some point when you're full term, those muscles are just so stretched out. And for some moms, after they give birth, this muscle will go back to where it should be, where it would close back. But for some other moms, it would stay stretched and thin and very weak in that area. And some signs you will notice is like even after a few months or even maybe a year or 2 years after postpartum, you will still see that your stomach bulges out, like describe yourself, I still look like pregnant, even though you're not. And then you would, when you're exercising, let's say you're getting on and off the floor with your baby, getting on and off the bed, or lifting something heavy like your car seat, you would feel like really weak in your core, and you probably might see some like a doming or coning shape vertically on the abdomen. Then you know that there is a signs of weakness. And on top of that, it's very common you have a back pain, because when you have a weak core, your back always has to compensate for you to stand upright, sit upright. So it's always doing overwork. And then so your back is very tense and sore. And then another thing to watch out for is you might have urine leaking, like incontinence. So it might be an isolated event, but it could be the sign that, okay, your core is really weak. So like that's why the pressure has to go somewhere like your pelvic floor.
Oh, very interesting. And I want to talk about the name Tummy Warrior. That title really stood out for me. So, what does that title, what's the symbolism behind it? And what does that mean for you as a woman and a mother?
Yeah, so I love these questions and thank you for asking. So, a lot of the mom will say that you have your baby for 9 months. It will take 9 months for your body to recover, to renourish, and get back to where it originally should be. And you should take some grace, give yourself some time. And I totally agree with that. You should take grace and give some time for yourself. But at the same time, I believe that if you're not happy with the way you look, if you're not happy with the way you feel, you're not comfortable about it, you don't have to put up with it. You can definitely do something about it and not make this as an excuse that, oh, this is the way how mom should look like after baby. This is how a mom body should be like after baby. You can definitely do something about it. And I think that being strong like a warrior means you can show up better for your family. Being strong that you can put yourself first for your family. You can roll around on the floor, hold the baby, take the baby with strength, all on your own strength, like a warrior. So like we are all mom warrior. We are tummy warriors.
I love that, right? Us as women, we are warriors, right? we can bear children. We run the world. Let's just keep it that way.
Yeah, I think come on, like we are so much better than men.
I want to talk about, you help women lose weight. So what are some steps that they take in your program to lose the weight?
Yeah, so maybe I would step back and probably talk about how I did it. I think that would relate to a lot of the viewers here who are listening or watching. And so after my first baby, I just kind of did my workout, and I was telling you about my story. I did the workout at home after my baby sleep at nighttime in the basement. But with the second one, it's just a lot harder. And you by the end of the day, you just wanted to sleep. You don't want to think anything else. It's so tiring. And also my daughter was very needy at that time. So like I always have to breastfeed her. So like never get enough sleep. So I couldn't do it at nighttime. So what I did was I did the workout during daytime with my baby and toddler around me. It's actually really great because it's like one stone kill two birds. Yeah. You can throw a Broadway show to them, like they see you panting, they see you running up and down, jumping like that, and they kind of have fun with it too. And then at the same time, I get my stuff done, and it's like yeah, it might not be perfect. You get interrupted many times, but at the same time, you get what you need to do done, and that's what it is. Just have fun. And what's also good about it is that you can actually show your kids what determinations and consistent can do for you, and so that you can show up to them and portray that healthy lifestyle and show them that whatever you're thinking, you can get to it yourself, because mommy yourself is an example.
Yeah.
And then so and in terms of the weight, right? Workout is one thing, so do the workout, but also nutrition is also a big component of helping you to lose the weight. Because if you do all the workouts and you don't do the nutritions, right? If you just eat kind of whatever, then you're not going to be able to lose the weight.
Absolutely. They say that abs are made in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's talk about the different products that you guys offer. And as well, I know that you wrote a book. So let's talk about that as well.
Yeah, sure. So with the program, and I'll talk about the program and I'll talk about the book. So with the program, I'm not here just to hand you a workout plan or PDF plan or like a nutrition plan and then moving on, but I'm actually here to help you to hold your commitments, to say that, to help you to reach whatever goal you say you're gonna do. So with my program, it consists of 3 components: the nutrition, the workouts, and the accountability. So with the nutrition, I focus on the portion control, customization, as well as a bloat reducing strategy to help you to reduce bloats, reduce inflammations, but it's a more customized portion control where you're not following a specific diet or a specific plan. That, you know, some people, if you go lots of nutrition plan online, or like even some nutritionists will tell you, okay, you have to exactly eat like this, right? And then you have to maybe weigh in your food or track your food. But with me, I don't think that's sustainable, because I can tell you to eat chicken and broccoli all day and then you're gonna lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds for sure. But how sustainable is that? How feasible is that after the program? And so I help you to know how much to portion. Right, so you're eating all the food groups, you're not overeating and you're not under eating. And let's say, like, where are you gonna fit that bubble tea? I love bubble tea. In Toronto here, we have lots of store of bubble tea here. So like, how are you gonna fit that bubble tea here and there? And then how are you gonna fit, let's say, the fried chicken? Like, you have to have fast food, right? Maybe you're just crunching time, you have to get something. How are we gonna help you to portion that into your lifestyle? So it's not about what you're eating, is about how much you're eating and how often you're eating those kind of good food, or like the food that are not so good, but you're making an informed choice for yourself, that I empower you to make that choice for yourself, and also to identify what's emotional eating and stress eating. So that's nutrition. And then with the workout, it's what I call the progressive combo training. So it helps you to start from the foundation first, where we need to look at your core. It's postnatally, whether you have diastasis or not, your core is generally a lot weaker than other parts of the body. So we need to help you to get the foundation first, and then continuously to progressively build up your strength, doing some cardio, so then you can chase after your toddler and baby, and then also do some toning and strength training, so then you can actually help you tone up and feel good and be looking good in your clothes. And then lastly, and I think it's a very important component for most of my warriors, at least, it's the accountability and the coaching guidance. So a lot of the moms can do exercises on YouTube or whatnot, but then it's hard to know whether you are doing them correctly or not. Like, you're not sure if your form is correct. Now, if your form is not correct, and which I had done completely the wrong way in the beginning, and I have no clue about it. But like, if you're not doing your form is not right, you are not going to exercises efficiently. So you might be just spinning around the circle doing the same exercises, but you're not really targeting that core muscles enough efficiently. So we will help you to look at whether you are doing it right or not through videos analysis, and also helping you to check in, give you some tough love if you need some motivations, and give you feedback or whatnot on your food or other stuff. So then we are here to hold your commitment and really help you to succeed and reach your goal. And then you also asked about my book, right, Darriel?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, I have my book here. So
very nice.
Yeah, it's available on Amazon. And so while I was on my journey, I wanted to write a book and spread my message around the world. Especially, there are lots of informations online out there saying, oh, you should do this, you shouldn't do that, or maybe it's too late to heal your diastasis now, or like, so there are a lot of information. And even if you go to like physical therapists or like your doctor, there's lots of jargons. Like they will talk about pelvic floor. I'm like, what floor? What floor are we talking about? And then they would talk about like anterior pelvic tilts, like posterior pelvic tilts. So those are big words. And for moms like just us, general normal people, we don't know what they are. So I wanted to put my message and give some actionable tips in my book, so that even 11 years old can understand what I'm trying to say and what they can do to take actions right away. And some for like other parts of the world, they are a little bit less educated. Maybe they're more conservative in terms of women's health or postpartum. So this is where they can actually find trustworthy information through my book. and yeah, I wanted to spread that message further, and so like a lot of people can have an impact and feel good and being empowered about what they want to do postnatally.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that you include nutrition as well as the working out together, and that you also wrote a book about it to give, your clients even more information. I really think that's great. And looking on your website, I was scrolling down and I see a lot of before and after pictures. So you've helped a lot of women look and feel better. Let's talk about the biggest success story that you've heard so far from one of your clients.
Yeah, so many. It's a life-changing and measurable story. I'm humble with so much gratitude for these women trusting in me in their journey. So like even a lady I helped last year, and she would be telling me, oh, how life-changing it is for her, because with my program, she never used to work out, and with my program, she started working out and making this her lifestyle, and now she's able to have fun and being able to chase after her baby, and I've been doing so much more outdoor activities with her, with her baby, because she feels so good, and she's not feeling that there's like weakness in her body, that she has the energy to do that. And then so I feel so happy because, from not doing anything, from sedentary at home to like active lifestyle. And then another mom, a twin mama, she just finished my program not too long ago. Like she's a server, but because of the diastasis recti, she is constantly having back pain and she couldn't use her core to serve properly. But after the program, she's able to go back to serving, go back to the water and show her twins like, oh, what mommy is doing, right? What mommy loves doing. And then another story I had just recently, like last week, was like a mama was telling me she was like on her belly sledding down with her baby. Like she felt so good because she couldn't do that before without pain and hurting herself, and like she's now able to do that. So like these story really makes me so happy and with so much gratitude for them.
That's great that they look better, but they also feel better, and their quality of life has improved with your program. So I think that's really great what you're doing. As an entrepreneur and woman in this space, what are some challenges that you face, either, professionally or personally, and how did you get through it?
Yeah, for sure. So definitely is the mindset. The mindset, especially the imposter syndrome. So you know how a lot of fitness trainer or like other trainers out there, they start with a university degree in science or biology or biomechanic, and then they would get certifications, and then they go to the gym to work with people, and then da 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 da. But for me, it's completely backward. For me, it's like I didn't need to work out. Fitness was never really my thing. And then until I had my baby, and because of my own story and journey, I started studying and I started learning from all these experts around the world. I started asking questions and being the certified postpartum exercise specialist I am today. And then to help other mama. So my story is backwards. So sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm not worth it. Like she has a master in nutritionist, and she has this certification, that certification, and she so my story is backward. Like, so I always have this like, oh, am I worth it? Is it like, and can I actually help people? Mm-hmm. But my advice for the entrepreneur out there, if you're feeling like how I was feeling with imposter syndrome, is that you just have to take massive and messy actions. You just have to keep going, keep doing what you love, keep going, like following your passions. And one day some people were gonna come to you like, you changed my life, or like you did so many amazing good things to me. Your confidence level is gonna boost up. You're gonna feel so empowering, feel so good, and you know that you're taking that right steps. But you have to take massive and messy action. Yeah, it's not sunshine and rainbow. It's gonna be hard, but you just have to keep going and keep doing it, and eventually that confidence will come. If you don't do anything, that confidence will never come, and you'll always feel like that you're not worth it, that you can't do this, that you have this negative mindset in you. So that would be my biggest advice. It's like, keep going. Rainbow happens at the end of the tunnel. That's my favorite line.
Yeah, absolutely. We're all warriors, right, inside. And I like that you said imposter syndrome, because I think that so many of us go through that, even if we have a degree in something or we have the education. Even on that side, some people feel like, they can't do something, or they're an imposter, or that more people have more experience. But I think, what's relatable is sometimes it's not about just having an education. It's also about having the knowledge and having the passion and having the real life experience like you did, going through it. So it's more relatable for women because you went through it yourself, so when you teach them, it comes from a place of experience. So I think that's great what you're doing. And where can our viewers find out more about your programs and join them?
Yeah, thank you. So you, viewer, can find me on Instagram at Becky Choi _. So this is where I post a lot of the educational content, as well as motherhood and some inspirational contents like transformations of my own clients. So then they know that there's hope, that there is actually something that you can do about diastasis recti. It's not just surgery is the only options, or like that's never going to be possible. So they can definitely find me in my Instagram, and also chat with me, like DM message me. I'm always there. I wanted to get to know you more. I wanted to get to know how their situations are, and then we can chat about the next step, maybe having a consultation call set up as well.
Amazing. Well, Becky, we're going to list all that information below for our viewers to check it out. Thank you so much for being on the show today. It's inspirational what you're doing. You're helping women look and feel better and improving their quality of life. So I commend you for it. Thank you for celebrating my 100th episode with me. It's great to have an inspirational story like yours. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Darriel. Thank you.
Tag TV is available on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple and Android TVs, as well as on Apple and Android phones. Watch us live through YouTube and Facebook.